Have you ever wondered what advice I would give you specifically if we had 30 minutes to talk about your business, your idea, your strategy? Have you ever wondered where I would tell you to focus your energy, what tips and tricks I could give you, what tools I would point you towards to make all of your revenue plans and goals a reality? If you are interested in that, and if you have wondered, I have something very cool to tell you right now. Now, it is what, March 17th, 2026. I honestly don't know how long I will have this open. So, this may be a video that goes away. It may be a video that's here months and months from now. We will see how it goes. I'm mainly going to test it to see, am I enjoying the process? Is it helpful, etc. And I know it's going to be helpful. So what I'm doing is for the first time in a very long time, I am having just open spots for one-on-one calls with me that you can purchase at the link in the description or the pinned comment, depending on which one it is, below. And normally I would start my video by telling you all about me and, kind of doing what I teach you how to do on YouTube, which is you kind of show evidence of your skills and your experience. And I'm doing that on the screen right now, showing you a couple of my books that have sold, so many books, and people know me from that. But what I want to do is I want to actually talk to the people who have been following me for a while, or at least have watched several of my videos, are in my memberships potentially, have studied from me, have learned something from me. And I want to help you go to the next level. If that is you, let me know in the comments. Hey, I've been around for a while, or I'm new, but I have watched a lot of your content and I'm catching up quickly. That's what I want to know in the comments. If you're brand new, I welcome you. I encourage you to look around. What I want to happen is I want the people who book these spots to speak with me one on one. It's just you and me talking on Zoom virtually. I want them, I want you to be people who are a person who really knows what I teach and wants to get that custom advice from me. If that's you, let me know in the comments that you're excited about this. Now, I would say normally because it can always change, but in the past, this has cost about $2,000 for 30 minutes. I have it as of right now, March 17th, I have it for $4.99. And the link that I'm using is on the Stand Store, which in a lot of regions gives you a buy now, pay later option. So you can pay for it over time. I'm doing that because I want more people to have access to it. I absolutely know there are more people who cannot afford that than who can, but I want the people who are at this place in their lives where they have a lot of training, they have a lot of access to tools. You may even be in my memberships and doing well there, but you want an inflection point. You want somebody who has my experience and who you trust to look at your exact circumstances and tell you what to do next or what I would suggest next. And that is what these calls are for. I have often told you that calls are a wonderful way for you to have an offer if you don't have any other offer. And I've also told you that I often look to calls for sales. I look to calls for right now. I'm doing it for an offer. Um, you always want to be in the trenches no matter what. Even though I make $4,000 or so per day as of now, I still love that one-on-one call. Now, as I said before, I may take this video down soon if I get too many bookings, because to go in for 30 minutes and to take in all of the information about the person, to really very quickly understand where the person is, where you are stuck, what opportunities there are and what I see for your future. And to do that in 30 minutes, to take that time is a lot. That's why I used to charge 2,000 for it, and it's still that retail price. And it's also why the only people who really get those one-on-one 30 to 45-minute spots with me now are in my inner circle. So my inner circle program, I do these when you get onboarded. And some others, you get my number, my phone number, we text all the time. It's that kind of thing. So this is like, imagine someone else that you know who makes more than $1 million a year taking 30-minute calls throughout the day and just spending that time on you. So I'm going to do it for as long as it's enjoyable to me. That is the freedom that I have created for myself, and that is the type of freedom that I want to help you create. It's like, oh, I have certain hours of the day that I want to do this, certain days I will do this on. You'll see when you go to the link in the description, there is a calendar that you get to choose from. You can choose something as early as this week if there's availability when you see it, or you can go out and go to further out and say, you know what, I'm going to probably want to buy the call now while they're still available, but I'm going to do the call maybe in a month or two, just really get my bearings, have there's something coming up that I want, to plan it around. You can do that. But a lot of people, I mean, I get both because I already promoted this to my membership and to my email list, and people are already booking, booking, booking. And I have people who I'm talking to today, and I have people who I'm talking to in 7 weeks, and they all booked yesterday. So it's just running the gamut. So I know you probably have questions about it. It's very simple. When you come to the call, all you need to know is your experience, like who you are, where you are with your business. You don't have to have a business already. I know people are going to ask that question. You do not have to have a business to have this call. You could be at the idea phase. You could be at the choice phase of like, I have too many ideas or too many opportunities. You could be where you're far into it. I'm going to get a lot of those calls where you're far into the game. You have earned money, you've made money, you are stuck. Maybe you're stuck at $5,000 months, $10,000 months, and you want help getting to 20, 30, $50,000 months. I can help you with that too. Then after the call, I will send you a PDF. It'll be sometime within like a day or two after the call. I will send you a PDF that is your personalized, customized playbook. So it's this PDF that's usually between 3 and 10 pages. It's what we talk about and all the things that I'm like, this is how it's gonna work, right? You're gonna get on the call, we're gonna say hi, and then I'm gonna ask you to tell me a little bit about you. You would have filled out a couple things on your way in, so I would know a little bit, but we're gonna talk about you. You're gonna tell me about you. You're gonna spend just a little bit of that time and then just a little bit of time telling me your biggest pain point or bottleneck, meaning like what is that thing that is stopping you from doing everything else? What is your biggest conflict or friction? And we'll talk about that a little bit. I'll ask you some follow-up questions so I can make sure I understand. I'll most likely take notes. I usually do handwritten notes. And then I'll spend a good amount of time telling you exactly what I think you should do, and sometimes what I think you shouldn't do, and that saves you money or makes you money. And that playbook that you get, that 3 to 10 pages of a PDF that you get afterwards, is that all broken down step by step with some more color to it, with some more information, so that you don't have to worry about those 30 minutes. You're trying to figure out every word that I said, every idea that I have. You'll have it summarized for you. And a lot of people print it out. In fact, I'll show you one of my inner circle members. I posted about this in Your First 5K, which is a free membership that I have. I link it below too. Then I posted about my one-on-one call 13 hours ago. And the first, or very soon after, Chan Lee said, as an inner circle member, I can attest to this. So inner circle is my closest proximity. It's like my high ticket offer. And you can ask me about that if you want, but this is something else. She says, as an inner circle member, I can attest to this. I have a playbook that I gave her after our call. one of our calls, and she says, and it is like my roadmap for the next 6 months. Arlen is very specific with what to do. I printed it out and have it on my desk to refer to frequently. So imagine you have you have my attention, undivided attention for 30 minutes. You have the ability to tell me specifically about your offer, about your idea, about your business. You can even share screen with me and show me a couple of things. But again, I wouldn't spend, 15 minutes doing that so I can have enough time to give you information. You might want to spend like 2 to 5 minutes just in the intro. I'll ask you the right questions and then you'll be so surprised at how much I can give you in those 15 to 20 minutes after. And then you have all of that. And then you have my advice, my concrete decisions to help you just make the next steps without being stuck. And then you have that follow up that I send you directly from my email. I send it personally. I make it personally. There's not someone else at this time. It could change, but right now there's not someone else making that. I go and I look at our call and I make that with AI. And then it has a special formula that I have where I make the same template, but it's your specific next directions. It can't be anything but your directions. So it's really, really special. And I want the people who are like willing to take action after our call. Don't just do it for like, oh, like I think this is, make sure that you are willing to take some action after our call. And I'll do my best to help inspire you to do that. I'll be like your coach. I'm friendly, but I'm firm. And I have invested in more than 200 companies in the past decade. I have helped tens of thousands of companies, looked at them, back in, not just looked at them from afar. And right now I have more than 20,000 people inside of my memberships, and they're all entrepreneurs that I'm teaching on a daily basis. So I have this information. If you are someone who is already making 50,000 a year, 100,000, 500,000, a million plus per year with your small business or with your business, your coaching, your consulting, a different type of business, this is going to be just a no-brainer for you. It's absolutely a no-brainer, incredibly accessible price for you. And what I am able to do is I can talk to someone who's never made a penny online and help them get to their first dollar and beyond. And I can talk to someone, which I do often. I have almost 100 high ticket clients in one program alone, not to mention the multitude of angel investors and professional investors that I've worked with. But I can take you, I helped Liz and my inner circle go from $15,000 months to $40,000 months in 8 months. And uh, I can help you on that call. Let's say you're doing 15,000 a month. You're trying to figure out how to get to 30, 40, 50,000 a month. On the call, I can get you probably halfway there. So it's exciting. There's no guarantees about anything. It's all about what you do. I can't tell you that I'm going to make you rich. I can't tell you that you're going to make money the moment you hang up with me, but I can tell you that I'm going to give you everything I have, my undivided attention. And there's very few people who have had the experiences that I've had and have, frankly, affected the number of entrepreneurs that I have in this way. So I'm very much so looking forward to speaking with you. If I take this video down or if I put an update in the links that is, hey, we're out of spots, that's it. It's really, I was saying before, it's like it takes a lot out of me. And I want it to be fun. I want it to be enjoyable for everybody involved so that it's enjoyable for you, if it's enjoyable for me. And but I want to help as many people as I can. So go ahead and jump in right now. If you've made it to this part of the video, you are probably just like on the fence. You need to step over the fence. And if you don't do this, if you can't afford it, or if it's just not something you're interested in right now, head over to Your First 5K. It's absolutely free to take my signature 5 day challenge. That way you can, be like a lot of the entrepreneurs in there and make money, make your first dollar or your first 5K. These YouTube videos, like if you're not subscribed, get on that because these YouTube videos, if you were to just watch maybe 10 of these YouTube videos, you'd probably be able to make your next big, big, big steps in your business. And I can attest to that. This happens so many times. So it's been enjoyable talking to you. I want to keep the momentum going, so I'll talk to you very soon. I got to get on these calls. I'll see you soon.